This week on the Push All Loads podcast, we're back from Dubai. And what is irking in the world of squats? And what are people charging as personal trainers?
3, 2, 1, we're back.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, mate? I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, it's been ages, isn't it? I am absolutely knackered. That's what I am. I can't lie. That week of golf took it out of me, man. I'm so tired.
This is going to be slightly slower pod and probably a nice short one. You probably looked at it going, oh, good. You're only doing 30 minutes this week.
Yeah, it's going to be very short, trust me, because I'm not lasting long.
Obviously, slightly. You took a little bit more off work than normal. I literally only did did I do one day? I did one day of working.
Did one, yeah.
Which was,
it's made me realise that I'm ready for a holiday and I really should take an actual holiday.
Probably.
I'm taking a holiday all year. That's probably not a good thing, is it? Probably should have taken some time off, but maybe one day next year I'll take off.
One day. Well, but people think, but to be fair, most of the people who listen to this will be personal trainers and they'll be in the same boat, and they realise that when you work for yourself, you take less holiday than you normally would if you worked as an employee, right?
Yeah, you do, for sure. It's always been that way. Like I said, I think I've always had at least a week though in a year. I used to take a week of Christmas and a week during the year, and I've not even had that. To my detriment as well, to be fair. I probably should sort something out, but never mind. Probably. We will see.
Obviously, everybody's tuned in for the recap on the DMT Invitational, which we played a total essentially of 6 rounds. Yeah, we played 6 rounds, right? We played a different course every fucking round, which is challenging by itself. There's not many people who do that. Most people always play the same course at least 2 or 3 times. So we have to think about stuff every single time. I reckon if we played the course back to back each day, we'd be 5 to 6 shots better off on the following day each time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but it's it was tough. It was hard. And 6 courses a lot. We played our favorite though. Yas Links, still my favorite course I've ever played, without a doubt. That one. So that was good. And next time we do that, we'll have to do it back to back, and we'll have to stay over, do it properly.
What, Sadia?
No, Yas, not Sadia.
Oh,
I hate that place.
I think mainly, I owned Abu Dhabi, so I won both my matches in Abu Dhabi, and then Dan won his matches in Dubai. So
we drew, didn't we? That time we drew 2-2. So going into it, I was 2-1 up in holidays, and it was 2-2 in the end.
Slightly annoyed. I feel like I should have done. I was expecting to lose at Earth, if I'm honest. First course in Dubai, I was expecting to lose that, and I only played it once. You played it more than me, and it was going to be hard. But it is a course I like. Yas Links, I don't know. I feel like it's a better course for you than it is for me, just because of how we hit the ball. I hit very high. Pretty high with my new techers, and then Dan does not hit very high, so sometimes to his detriment, which we found out mainly when he's in and around the greens, unable to loft it up. And then Sadia was we were both going in blind, and then we played with Suk, Adam and Mike, so that was fun. And we had an interesting one with Adam and Mike where we actually lost. So Adam Haley of the OTE and Mike of Mike and Biceps and Dan and Biceps and Panther. We lost, but me and Dan were a pair and they were a pair. We played worst ball and they played best ball. So they got 2 shots of hitting their best ball every single time. And me and Dan had to play both our shots, and we were forced to take the worst one every single shot, even on the green. Which I didn't know was an option not to. So
it was hard. That was the hardest. That was
such a hard round.
Worst ball.
But then you flip it round to realise that if me and Dan played best ball, which we did for the last 4 holes, we went birdie, eagle, birdie, birdie. So
Yeah.
which was a little bit better.
That was a lot more fun, wasn't it? Doing it that
It
way,
was, yeah. We were like, I was really glad that we did that at the end as well. So I was like, fuck, it looks like we can play golf. Thank fuck. So
yeah,
like,
I felt like, I just feel like whenever we play, I feel like we never play to our potential. I don't know if it's because of the competition element and then we're a bit more competitive, whether it's because we're out of our normal routine of golf. I feel like we never play our best. I think it's just too much competition. I think it's just the element of competition. I do think that's what it is.
Probably, yeah.
Overthinking things a little bit, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't think it was helpful for me that I've had like 4 lessons in the last sort of like 4 or 5 weeks before you came. I was like, my head was all over the place, but still, it was. I pulled it out of the bag at the end. So I was 2-1 down going into the last round, and we had 3 holes left on the last round, and I was down. You were up by a point.
Yeah.
You were up by a point going into the last 3 holes. And for those that know golf, Tom also had a shot on the 17th and 18th holes. And somehow I managed to claw it back and win by a point.
I know.
I have no idea how I did that.
I lost. I went, left, lost the ball, left, lost the ball, and then hit another lost ball. Right, lost ball. Yeah, and then I almost chipped in again.
Yeah, it was close, but I don't know how I managed to
hit the flag.
I managed to claw it back, to be honest. But yeah, it was good fun.
I'm slightly annoyed on that shot because obviously I should have just gone hybrids, and then I had 250 out and then flew the green, but you spotted my pitch mark and it went through, and I was just like, that would have been really nice if I managed to just nestle next to it and got a runaway, got a birdie, and I'd have been like, would have been incredibly annoying for you, but yeah, would have been all right. No. Oh well, stuff happens, but yeah, it was good time away, good time off. There is other things in our life other than fitness, believe it or not. But even with that, like literally, I think it is. I think for all PTs and online coaches and whatever, obviously I'm really half and half in terms of like online and in person. In person guys were all set or blah blah blah. All of my just be prepared for when you take that. I took like longer off than I normally would as well because I was there for 9-10 days. Which is a bit longer, but I still did a day of work, which was literally replying to a few voice notes, which people stupidly, even though I said most people were good. You know if you're listening, some people messaged me back, which is fine. And then it was literally the day that I did work was literally just content, and just making sure everything was all done for just me just going click, post, off. Didn't do as much interacting, chatting to people as I normally would, but yeah, it was good. I think that's just in case people are worried about going away, literally just have one of those days. I could have 100% done that before I went away, but the chances are before you go away, there's just gonna be a lot of work that you kind of like just make sure you do. I was just making sure everybody at least had 3 weeks worth of programming, which is different for me because I'd imagine a lot of people would be like, oh, that's fine. So I'm like, yeah, that's 3 weeks. I give them like 8 weeks at a batch and whatever. I think the way I program, and I think from a little bit more of an advanced methodology, maybe I do make on the fly changes like every week nearly for most of my clients, things. So I normally go in, have a little dabble and take stuff out and change stuff based off what they've said about the week. So it was a little bit different for me. I couldn't be as dynamic, I would say my programming generally is. So which is fine. I think people realize that, but because I think my clients do realize I do that every week, they're like, oh, it's fine. So sometimes they complain that I change things. I get a little bit too, oh shit, that should be changed to that. And they're like, can I just do 6 weeks of the same thing, please, Tom? I'm like, you can, but I'm going to be not very mentally stimulated from that. So yeah. You're like, it's boring for me. I was like, great, cool. You've made improvements here. All right, good. What about this exercise? What are you doing? So yeah, I think it's just for people who, struggle taking time off, like Dan, it's just making sure you're prepared. So I didn't have a worry about anybody going, no, I haven't got my stuff, or all that kind of random stuff. All I had to just keep ticking over was like emails were going out, like stuff like that were going out, content was going out. Yeah, so all good. All good.
Mm.
Yeah. But what I did do today then was train for the first time in about 2 weeks. Properly. I mean, like gym-based training. I'm sore already. Just sad. Yeah, I actually did a session from, which anybody can get for fucking free. It's literally in my bio right now. A session from one of my ebooks, which is cool. It was a very full body-esque session, but I changed it slightly. Something that I don't know whether it annoyed me more today because I was quite cranky and tired because jet lag. Somebody said I couldn't have jet lag. I was like, I definitely can. Like 4 hours, right? 4 hours is jet lag. So I woke up at 4 thinking it's like 8 o'clock, but I didn't have to be in work for until 6:45. So I was like, and I couldn't really sleep. But yeah. Oh yeah, that was what was
which way
me.
it is. I think which way you get jet lag. It's usually when you go, isn't it? When you go west more often. No, I feel like there's a way that you go, you get it more often. There's a way that you go.
Well, I'm way worse when I come to you. But taking that day flight, I think, was far better for me because I was already tired when I got there, and we just like chatted, had like some food, and then I just went to bed, and then I woke up fine. Like I did stay up a little bit later. I think I stayed up till like 1 or 2, but yeah, it's fine. I can do that anyway. So yeah, that was definitely better than the normal like red eye, which most people do, and I've always done when I come back from America as well. And you get here and then you just like, yeah, but that means I sleep on the plane and I get the whole day. Never fucking happens.
No,
I swear, never happens. You're never gonna hit the ground running like that.
Never, ever.
So it's not a long enough flight, is it? It's like 7 hours to you. 7, 8 hours, is it? Something like that?
Yeah, between 7 and 8.
Yeah, but all good. But yeah, there was something that annoyed me today in the gym. Was obviously there's the knees over toes guy. I'm sure you're probably slightly out of sync with probably what's current in like fitness because obviously what you're doing right now, right? But you may be seeing a lot of the knees over toes guy. And 100% he's doing cracking work with like mobility structures and stuff like that. But it's something that irked me today because I was doing kind of paused front squats and there was somebody next to me who was doing like slow eccentric front squats, but with heels raised. No problem with heels raised, but I know for a fact that person is trying to get more mobility in their hips and couldn't do it anyway. And I was just like, this is insane. And then spent a lot of time doing hip mobility and knees over toes and stuff like that. Yeah, we've gone and given something to like put range in our ankle, like from our ankle into our hip, and it just didn't make any sense to me for that mobility structure. And there's a lot of people who will red flag overhead pressing really quickly and won't let people overhead press because of how your kind of joint capsule is built and how your shoulder interacts, and you're probably not going to be able to get there and stuff like that. Why doesn't that happen with squats? Why can't people like I do it because I'm so fucking good. No, but I'll give somebody, I nearly always, 9 times out of 10, no matter what client they have, I will give them a box to squat to or something to touch or a guide like to that, unless they're really confident and we're all good. But more than likely, I'm going to give them that guide. And just based off where their hip capsule and the range that they have, and yeah, we're going to try and get a little bit more mobility, but there's like a lot of people will struggle with range. And what's this obsession with trying to get there? I don't think it benefits anybody.
I think squatting, when you look at push and pull movements with the upper body, pull's always a bit stronger. You can probably do more of it, take more volume. I always feel like hinges are the pulls and squats are the pushes of that. Yeah. Like people do more squats than they should. Like people do more chest than they should. And they don't do anywhere near enough hinging. And like hinging is actually a position where I think if you were to take someone who's pretty shitty mobility all around, right, in 8 weeks, I would be able to progress their hinge pattern quicker and better than I'd be able to progress their squat pattern.
Oh yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that too many people focus on the squat because they worry about their back. Oh, I got a bad back, so I don't want to do deadlifts, whatever. And it's like, no, that's probably why you should be deadlifting, because your back is weak as fuck. And you've just squatted all this time and you've made compensations elsewhere. You're not even squatting that well anyway. You just think you are because you're doing a half squat and you think, oh, it's kind of a half squat. People don't really do half hinges, do they? Do you know what I mean? They just don't do it.
No, because it's got that natural stopping point. Oh, the floor. All right, well, I can't go further than that, or something like that.
So I think it's definitely something that needs to be looked at. You're right, because everyone's trying to get, like I said, that range on their squat that they don't have. Maybe
because I'm not saying like go full Joel Seaman and do like 90 whatever eccentric.
That's what you just said.
Like,
you just said it.
But there's like, just use the range that the person's got and not try and crank through their hip, because they'll be more than likely they've got like cam hips, or like this where everybody's hips are built slightly different. They'll be slightly out, they'll be slightly deeper, they'll be hit like deep sockets, they'll be kind of hooks and stuff like that. We don't know. I know for a fact that my left is built, everybody's will be not completely symmetrical. So why the fuck are we trying to fit? It's like a kid trying to bash one of those shapes through like a round hole and it's just like a little bit square. So it's just not really going to happen, no matter how much 90-90 kind of positioning we do over irridating over whatever. I don't really, so it kind of irked me today. So I made a really purposeful point, because I do a lot of like offset stances, so asymmetrical stances with people, just because it's how we fucking move and how we play sport and how we're built. So the chances are, if you squat with me, I don't, apart from some front squats, and probably only front squats and goblet squats. Those are the only ones. And maybe some zerchers, but the chances are I'll put you in a B stance or a split squat stance. Highly, highly probable, even if it's strength. Just because you're able to hit the range that you're trying to identify that you want. And we're putting that force through, like, especially for runners and anybody who runs in any kind of like sport that they do, probably need that. That's more beneficial for you than a perfectly symmetrical squat. An asymmetric squat, it will be 1,000%. And it's going to be something that I'm going to be, I don't know, I feel like I'm going to get annoyed with it for a little bit. It's always good to be annoyed about certain things.
Fitness rant about it. That's fine, mate. Why not?
I don't know. I think it was just I was overtired, and like that was after my last client of the day. Like, I don't know, 5 or 6 like one-to-ones today, and it was like, oh, you're brave doing that, coming off the. I was like, well, I got to work. Like,
everyone's got to work.
It's like I got kind of just like, I'll take the busiest normal one-to-one day off. Why would I do that? Oh, that's fine. Worth more to me that day than most of the others. So yeah.
The real question, Tom, is why are you drinking a Coke Zero and not a new tonic?
Oh yeah, Dan wants to talk about his new favorite drink that he's not tried, but
not tried it yet. I'm gonna try it. That'll be fine. I've ordered a pack for when I go home. I'm back next week, so there you go.
Fucking hell! Can you fuck off?
Yeah.
Just following me.
I know. We're gonna have to have a week off the pod as well. It's gonna be. What's that gonna be? Not next week. The week after.
Might be a solo one.
Might even be 2.
Does that mean I should probably have a guest on, shouldn't I? Should probably have a guest on. Almost
might think about
that.
Yeah, I've just realised.
Jesus. Sorry. I'm sure there's plenty of people that want to come on. If you're listening, you want to come on and you want to take Dan's place, then let me know. It's
not exactly hard to replace me, is it? Let's be honest.
We'll talk all about you, not you, about the person who's going to come on.
Obviously. Not about me.
But yeah, Nootronic is Jimmy Smith's new. Is it an energy drink?
It is an energy drink, yeah. It's caffeine-based drink, but it's got nootropics in it. Is like their selling point, and they're quite smart, to be fair, because obviously there's a big market for the energy drink thing, but a lot of them are just caffeine, essentially. A bit of fizzy drink with caffeine.
That's what I thought they would be, yeah.
Yeah, they've gone with the option of like adding in some focus. To be honest, there's supplements that have been, or their products, their ingredients, sorry, that have been in other supplements before. Like if you look at a lot of nootropic supplements, you can buy the powder, you mix it in water. A lot of people in the bodybuilding industry and world have used these ingredients before, but they've never been brought to the mass market. And I guess these two are, I guess it's fitness related-ish, but I know Chris Williamson is big on productivity and stuff like that, but they're trying to bring these products to help with focus and things like that. Do I think it's more of a placebo? Yeah, but they say that they're research backed and there's research on it and all this sort of stuff. But I think for what they're charging, like £2 a can, same price as what Monster is. It'll be interesting to see whether it's just a bit of a hype on the launch and then what happens with that. I guess they're going to get it into shops. I guess that has to be their main thing, is trying to get it into shops. But I think initially their loyal audience will get them enough orders to get them over the line to kind of make it a bit more mainstream. But it'd be interesting to see what comes of it, because I don't know if it'd be a bit not faddy, that sounds bad, but like whether people will get it and go, oh yeah, it's great, and then they'll just go, oh, but it's not in shops, and they're just going to go buy and get a Monster. Like, I don't know if people are going to, for example, buy a pack of 12 every week, whereas they would buy maybe a Monster quite regularly.
And it's not going to have like the same hype that Prime. They absolutely knocked out the park, didn't they, in terms of hype and making it like exclusive to go get it and all this kind of stuff. They don't have the same clout.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see. I don't, like I said, I don't know what their hopes, aspirations are for it, but I'm sure it gives James Smith something else to sell, doesn't it? So that's all good. He doesn't sell much stuff, does he? To be fair, he doesn't push it much, but I know Mr. Williamson doesn't really sell huge amounts of things, so it'd be interesting to see how.
I'm not a big. I don't really know that lad.
It's a big podcast. Got a big podcast, Modern Wisdom. It's called
Modern Wisdom.
Yeah, he gets some good guests on. He's quite articulate. He's quite a smart guy. But yeah, that's about it. It's nothing crazy about him.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Doesn't play golf, so I don't care about him.
That was an interesting one. So one of my clients looked at getting some lessons in golf, and he's a lad called Keith, who I play golf with him every now and again. But he wants like a full, similar to how you're doing, Dan. He was like, through the winter I'm gonna do like 24 sessions and have one a week or something like that, and to really like go down to the nitty gritty of it. So he actually looked at going to Woburn, and he was like, oh, I'm going to go inquire whether Dan Grieve, like the free releases guy, has any slots and what he does in terms of like coaching and stuff like that. Guess how much Dan Grieve he does 2-hour lessons. Guess how much it is?
400 quid.
500 quid. 500 quid a lesson. I was like, Keith was like, I'm going to use my local pro. I'm not going to use that. He was just like, really? For 2-hour lessons, 500 quid. Obviously, I know like there are some coaches in London, personal trainers that charge 200 quid plus. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I do charge a fair bit per hour, but not 250 quid per hour. I feel like, especially with this kind of stuff, there's almost a piss take cutoff that the market hasn't quite got there, because I'm always like, I'm not like medical. I'm not like that kind of thing, especially with golf coaching, something like that. I'm like, but I guess if there's a skill that needs acquiring and they really want to do it, then yeah, you pick your fee. But I thought it was quite interesting. I don't know what the normal pricing is for. So my golf coach, I believe, is £90 an hour, something like that. So a little bit under what I charge. So I was like, fine. As long as he's as good as me, but like golf-wise.
Yeah, what's mine? Mine's 120 maybe for 45 minutes, 110, 45 minutes. Yeah, that's what it works out to. But I remember I did some stuff with Dan Grieve on the video online version, and that was like £150 a month for like I could upload 4 videos a month. I'm just been on the system now to see that, and he put his prices up.
Yeah,
on there. So that is now 3 lessons a month. Plan is $250 a month.
I thought it was quite interesting. I don't know what the going rate is, so in terms of like personal training and golf coaching, I'd imagine they're pretty comparable in terms of market value, and the people who are kind of buying them are very similar. who've got like money to spend on certain things like that. Obviously slightly different demographic, but very similar. So it'd be interesting to see what people. Yeah, I just thought it was he thought it was quite expensive as well. He was just like, yeah. Well, my client so obviously does all right for himself. Sees me twice a week, but yeah, wasn't willing to spend the money on that. So to know the free releases, mate. Unfortunately, I don't know what you voted today. Would you put salt on porridge? I had porridge today. It's lovely.
I think you're supposed to, aren't you? I believe you're
Thank
supposed
you.
to. I believe even if you're having sweet
Elevated.
porridge, you should still add it to it because it brings out the flavors in it.
Correct. Yeah. Just like like people should like put salt or lime or salt and pepper. That's why you season things. The majority of the people who voted on that poll, like I don't know what we're at now, like 20, 25, 30 people, of those, well, at least 30 people have voted no. Well, it was quite odd. I thought it was a kind of a done thing. And I know some of the people on there live in Scotland, which I'm slightly angry about.
I thought it was really like a Scottish like tradition that they had it salty. They didn't even have sweet porridge; they just have it salty. Like
little salty porridge just elevates it slightly, like just like you put lime on certain things to bring out some flavors. Not boring, fucking bland English people. Oh dear. That's what I'm back to. But I did enjoy Dan today. I'm not gonna lie. Love spending time with you and your little family in Dubai, but I was ready for like a crisp English morning, which is exactly what I had today. And I was like, oh, this is nice. I like that. Very autumn colors. And it was like really sunny, but it was only about 12 degrees. So it was kind of coat weather. You know the weather. You've played enough like football to know what's going on.
I know the weather.
You have a coat on, you have shorts on, but you're still like, it's a little bit cold, but your upper body's wrapped up pretty well. But it's sunny. You got sunglasses on, but it's cold. That kind of thing. That's the best English weather. Not hot. So I think it was slightly too warm for me in Dubai. I think it was also more considering that I was like, I wanted to go running and I wanted to go swimming. And I just felt like, considering like in the middle of the day would have been like perfect for me, but I was just like, I can't because it's too hot. I was like, I just know I'm gonna like absolutely die. I was like, I got to do it at night and go out then. It was just slightly annoying. So but now it's too cold, so my heart rate's gonna be really low when I go running now. But we're all good. Beggars can't be choosers. Nice short one today. We kind of complained. Is there anything that we need to go over?
I don't believe so. No. We're all good.
I think we're all good. In case you missed out, or just a kind of any other business. In case you missed out on doing free combine stuff, there will be another one happening in I think the first 1 or 2 weeks of December. So mark your calendars. The waitlist is literally onboarding right now. It is in my bio. I'll probably stick it in the thing for this podcast. You can literally click on it, do that. It's absolutely fine. This thing. I've already got a bunch of people on the wait list, so that's all wonderful. There'll be people who are redoing it, but we'll see what's going on, and then you can join the combine, believe it or not, and actually train for fucking something. Post as well, so that'd be fun. Just some programming, but looking to get like at least another 30-50 people joining that wait list, see what's going on. So that'll be fun. Bunch of people training basically you're going to set some targets for yourself before Christmas, and so you'll know what you need to do in January, because we all know nobody's going to train properly in the rest of Christmas after that. So we'll use the first 2 weeks, then you can fuck around for a little bit, then you can come back and train, which is the idea. So believe it or not, people mostly still want to do stuff in December. So that's the only business that I've got. So all good, Daniel. Right. It was a pleasure seeing you and the little family. Thank you for having me. And
thanks for letting me win a golf at the end. Cheers.
Well, the par 3 at the end, we decided to play a very easy par 3 on the last day, which I was worse than useless. So
I definitely won that one.
I might as well just like taking a putter the whole way around. To be fair, that would have been more helpful than what I was doing. All good. Who knew? Tom can't play when he's tired. Can't do a lot of things when I'm tired. So. Sleep. Needed some beauty sleep. Nice, mate. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We will catch you next week.
See you later.